Hello and welcome to the big show. This is Dim Lights and Stiff Drinks with Dive Bars of Seattle. We're interested in those roadhouses, watering holes, and lounges with a long history and an interesting backstory. As always, we're not doing this from our couches, right?
No, not me.
Music will tell you different. We tie one on and party in the places where we're podcasting. We're right underneath the speakers, so...
we're coming at you live.
We're coming at you live. And that's we record live and hang one on the places where bad decisions and future regrets are made. And you lose some money here because they have pull tabs here at the North City Lounge in Shoreline.
Yeah, they do.
Second installment in our Bars of Bad Shoreline series, apparently, Jeremy.
Well, we'll get into that, but yeah,
All
sure.
Right. Without further ado, let's introduce the crew. Dim Lights is a Bob Tromley production, and your pilot this evening is Grandmaster Bob.
Grandmaster. Wait,
Right, and to my left is Resident Suds Gourmand, Jeremy J. Sizzle.
going with DJ Deep Pour.
And to my other... DJ Deep Space Nine. To my other right is resident historian Brad the Stash Panda.
Hello, everybody.
Right on, I'm Sweet Lou and thrilled to be here. And let's kick it over to Brad. I don't know, what are we doing here? It's my first time.
Well,
is it your first time?
No, it definitely is not. We are at North City Tavern in beautiful North City Shoreline, my stomping ground.
Yep.
I literally walked here because I can. I live just a few blocks away.
So is North City just a neighborhood within Shoreline?
Yeah.
You don't live
Okay.
a few blocks
Yeah.
away. You live like 30 blocks away.
I live like 8 blocks. I counted.
Huh. I've been stalking the wrong house for years.
Well, we're going to get in a little bit more into the history of the joint. I got some interesting little tidbits. You're kind of right. Second quasi-shoreline pub, sort of, maybe. We'll get into that a little bit later. But first, maybe, North City Tavern in North City Shoreline. You want to tell us a little bit about the history of the joint, Brad?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Just as Linkin Park is coming on, I feel like I'm walking out to like
Good dive bar.
a concert or something. Okay, so this place first opened in 1934, and it originally operated as the Drag Inn.
What a drag.
Like drag
What a
your
big
ass
drag.
in here kind of thing?
Like
something like that.
wait, like band in Florida drag, or...
I don't think it had anything to do with drag like that. I think it was
Okay.
just a catchy name, the Drag Inn.
Sure, here's catchy.
I could stand corrected, but I didn't see any evidence of that. It became the North City Tavern in 1947, and it was owned by this guy named Ford Clintworth. Ford
God,
Clintworth.
man, that's a good name.
Isn't that a good name? That's like a guy. That's like a Western name, like you're starring in Gunsmoke.
He's got a
or
big
something.
old 10-gallon.
Yeah.
Spurs on
And
his,
you don't want to have like a draw against this guy, against someone named Ford Clintworth. Yeah, it's an awesome name.
Oh, there's a big ass Cadillac with
Everybody
like
With the horns
on the front.
top,
Yeah.
yeah. Definitely cowboy boots. Overall, though, there's not a lot to report about this place. It's operated as either the North City Tavern or it's now the North City Lounge since '47. We do have some good crime stories. So cue the crime music, Satan's Pilgrims. All right, in 1949, a 17-year-old girl was here at the North City Tavern with her father, and they were drinking together.
Wait, how old?
17 years old. And
So
she's
it's
in here
already
drinking with her father.
illegal.
It's already illegal.
Although laws back then, as you know, Brad, if you were there with your parents,
I was wondering about that.
I sat at the bar
sometimes-
with my parents a
Yep.
ton growing up.
But you
absolutely.
when
you're
couldn't-
waiting
but they
in the
didn't serve you
restaurant,
drinks, did they?
Shirley Temples and...
Well, they weren't serving her Shirley Temples. That's where the story goes a little...
Surely we're not serving her Shirley Temples.
So while they were there, hanging out together, father and daughter, the girl reportedly drank 6 beers and 4 double sherry wines.
And drank the whole bar under the table.
Drank the whole bar on the table. Like, first of all, mixing beer and wine like that, bad idea. And it's like sherry wine, which isn't that kind of like, that's kind of like cheap wine, isn't it?
It's all about
Isn't
which one you drank first, right? Was it
It's a
beer
good- it's a
first,
good wine
or
for
was
a
it
kid.
the liquor first?
I don't think you're supposed to mix
Right?
that stuff together. Yeah. Well, it takes a pretty grisly turn.
To
So
sad
anyway, her
liquor.
dad was one of those guys who got abusive when he got drunk. He got drunk. They head home. He starts beating on his wife, the girl's mother. And this has apparently been going on for, her whole lifetime. But tonight, she was just shit-faced drunk, and so she snapped. She reached her limit, and they got into a bit of a brawl, her and her father. And she ended up stabbing the father to death.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
She's really fed up with it.
She's really bent out of shape. So it obviously got really intense. Stabs her father to death. Of course, the police show up, arrest her, and she wakes up the next morning in jail with no recollection whatsoever of what happened the night before.
Very convenient.
And
Yeah.
only to learn that she had stabbed her father
The
to
alcohol alibi.
death. Yeah, so
Yeah.
she was blackout drunk.
Liquid courage.
Liquid courage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she was charged. She ended up going to prison.
No.
And
No vigilante justice
the North
in
City
Shoreline.
Tavern here
That's hard. Usually
got
they would-
major shit in the newspapers for serving this minor who went up on to kill her father and the drunken rage that she was in. But they served her all that booze, so they had a little PR problem there for a while in the 40s as a result of this.
Causing shutdowns? Close
It
place down?
didn't close. It didn't close,
All
but
right.
there's a lot
Good
of
thing
You
there
gotta
wasn't the
lay low
internet
for a little
back
while.
then.
Yeah, I gotta lay low.
Yeah.
It wasn't headline for everybody.
yeah.
Nope.
And most people that knew the place were on her side and been
Yeah.
the alcohol gave her courage to end the thing.
Make a big stink about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the guy sounds like a total scumbag. Well, so the next crime story is in 1969. A group of 3 men and a woman entered the North City Tavern, but were observed by the bartender to be acting very suspicious.
So we got a gang.
There's always red
now.
flags.
Got
Yeah, there's
a
always
gang.
red flags.
They
4
kinda-
people. We got a gang.
The
Yep,
bartender's
just gotta
keeping a
look for
close eye on him.
Yep.
Kind of gets the sense that they're casing out the joint and stuff.
He's reaching for the baseball bat under the bar there. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, he was keeping a careful eye on things. They ended up leaving, and when they did, the bartender just, his spidey sense was tingling. He knew something was up, so he actually ended up closing the bar and kind of following them to see what was going on, because there had been a bunch of break-ins around the area. Sure enough, he caught the group trying to break into a TV repair shop that was just a short distance from here. He had a rifle with him, and so he ended up firing a warning shot, and they all took off. The woman was out.
All
She was
right.
a getaway driver.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what's it called?
What does it snow?
Dirty little Girl Scout?
I see where
We
it's
can't
going.
say that on air. Oh my God.
Sonova.
Well, we've just been served some complimentary. What's the name of these drinks?
This just in from the news.
Dirty little Girl Scouts.
Dirty Little Girl Scouts.
Yeah, I
know.
don't feel comfortable drinking that.
It's all alcohol. Good night.
Yeah.
Any of our listeners, Uncle Lou needs a ride home
This
tonight.
is the second episode in a row where we've had wonderful interruptions that we will gladly
That's
take
true.
any day
yeah.
of the week.
Ingles Pub when we got served
Hell
some
yeah.
delicious pizza.
I
Some motto pizza.
fully support this trend.
Yeah, me too. Keep them coming. Well, and what's the bartender's name? Jeremy
Sonova.
Uh-huh.
Like Sonoma with a V? Sonova.
Yeah. So thank you to her for being
Oh,
generous
my
with
gosh.
the drinks. Anyway, back to the story. So yeah, this bartender here followed this burglary team, caught him in the act. The woman was the getaway driver. She was waiting in the car. They jumped in, but he got the license plate. They ended up getting caught. Boom, all got sent to prison. But that's basically it as far as this bar's history goes. It's pretty just a no-frills bar. It's been here since the 30s, right after Prohibition, and I don't think it's changed a whole lot.
I gotta say though, this is my first time in here, and more than a dive bar, it's actually super warm and spacious.
What do you mean, like the lights and stuff?
Warm, like
It's-
temperature or
no, like
caliente?
the-
What are you talking about?
Yeah, for the paint a picture for the
Oh,
listener.
yeah.
It's wooden walls. It's
Yeah.
wood paneling all the way around.
No.
So
Yeah,
it's
no.
actually
Nope.
Yeah.
And take a look up, and you
Gorgeous.
got like the popcorn ceiling
Yeah.
with the typical like decades of a cigarette and pipe smoke stain. It's all uniformly brown. I'm sure when it was installed originally in like the 30s or 40s, it was like gleaming white.
Well, the nicotine is probably acting a protective layer to all the
That's what I think.
asbestos that's in
Absolutely.
the popcorn ceiling, so it's protecting us.
That's right. Yeah, it's like a little
Yeah.
a film. Yeah, a little
Yeah.
film that's keeping us from cancer.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
I
it's
like
interesting.
It in here.
It's
This
a
is
good,
really cool.
It's a good call out about how it definitely is a warm decor. It's a low ceiling, kind of gives it like a cozy vibe. There's all sorts of cool shit on the walls. You got the Rainier signs.
You've got
and the
like a
Stella
million
Artois
things
sign,
that Brad wants.
billion bar signs and
Right?
stuff all over the place. A lot of it is very, very old. We've got some cool ass like Budweiser sign. Looks like it maybe from the 50s or 60s in the corner, right? But it also, if you look around, and especially on the outside, you take a look around the building, this was a house. When it was built, it was a house. Somebody lived here. And then
Yeah.
at some point, 30s, 40s, I don't know,
Yeah.
somebody's like, yeah, fuck this, let's make it a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly
It's
clearly
been one
was.
ever since.
Yeah.
I don't know the history of this building before it became a bar in '34. I tried to look it up, so I'm not sure. But you're right; it looks like
Yeah.
a house.
Yeah.
looks like an establishment.
And this neighborhood has got quite a few of these. Like where they were
I found it.
houses /
Yeah.
buildings, but they also kind of moved around a little bit. So like
Yeah.
a couple of episodes that we've done in the past may have started a few blocks down, half a mile down the road. Somebody moved this house using like donkeys and shit, or elephants in the case of some bars, right? And here we are, moved their house, lived here for a while, and they're like, moved out, and then somebody moved in and said, yeah, let's make this a bar.
Yeah, kind of Roadhouse-esque.
Totally
I don't think
Roadhouse.
I don't
gas.
think it was a Roadhouse, but it has that look to it.
Very much a Roadhouse
Yeah.
kind of vibe. Yeah, for sure.
Also, the interior kind of reminiscent of
Bills off Broadway. Yeah?
Or like a home, like you feel like you're like
Cozy.
Yeah, I remember that place.
like
Yeah.
you feel right at home.
Yeah.
And it's just like that's just kind of reminiscent of that.
Yeah.
And for the record, I would love for my home to have two big ass pool tables right behind me, so which there is here in North City Tavern, so I'm down.
Well, you're in luck, Jeremy, because we bought a pool table. It's being delivered to your house right now.
Oh, you
And
guys
we're
are
gonna
the
go there after work.
you guys are the best.
Your wife won't mind, right? Living in her
No.
own pool table.
Like literally my house, if you put two pool tables in my house, there would be not any room for any of us. So, but that's fine. That's fine.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool. That's cool. That's why we have a shed in the back. Yeah.
We had a pool table growing up, and it was kind of that same thing. We had it downstairs in our rec room, but it didn't quite fit enough where you had like full
You had the
clearance.
short sticks?
So no, we had the full regular sticks, but you were always having to like lift the
Oh.
sticks up at a huge angle just to make the
Oh,
shots. So
yeah.
it took the fun out of it.
Yeah.
I had a friend that
Holes
had
in the wall from the gonk.
Yeah.
had the same thing, and his dad like just cut a couple pool sticks in half, so there were certain parts in the room where you used the shorty.
That's actually a good idea.
Is there like a
Yeah.
special kind of pool for that? Like with billiards is a bigger table, and then there's regular pool, and then there's like a little stubby
Yeah,
pool
a full-size
version,
pool in a
like
rec
mini
room.
pool or whatever.
Yeah.
I expect
Right
like
on,
when I
right
go play
on.
mini golf, I go into the snack bar, and right next to it would be a mini pool table, right? There should be.
There should
Yeah.
always
There
be.
should be.
There should
I'm
be,
gonna start
yeah.
a business.
Yeah.
Yeah, mini pool tables.
So I think it'd be time for us to order some pizza, perhaps. Someone told us it's Scotty's Pizza's here
Scotty's
tonight.
Pizza. That's right. That's right. It is Thursday. Every Thursday, Scotty's
Has
Pizza.
anyone ever had Scott's Pizza? Either of you guys?
I'm looking around. I don't see Scott nor his pizza.
He's in the back.
in the
He's
back,
out
in the
back.
patio?
Yeah.
in the patio.
All right, let's go get some Scots. And I don't need a round two. I got this shot. I still got my beer.
Yeah, me too.
We'll talk about
We'll,
what we're
we'll do
drinking when
round
we
two
come
with
back.
pizza.
There you
That'll
go.
be a first.
Yeah.
That'll be a first on the show.
Scotty's Pizza. All right. Let's take a break. House band, take us out and bring us back. Let's do a little what you drinking, Jeremy, and we already know what you just drank. Thank you to
Jeez.
bartender Sonova for taking care of us.
So, I think this is interesting because we talked about this many times about taps and whatever and how many taps and blah blah blah, and a dive bar in Seattle, and in Shoreline, thank you very much, is going to have some awesome local micros on tap, as does North City Tavern. So we got like a Lagunitas IPA. We've got the good old Elysian Space Dust, which is probably maybe second or third most popular beer that we've ever had in all the dive bars that we've been into, which is fine. It's an awesome IPA. And another probably fourth, fifth, sixth most popular beer that we've had, Mac and Jack's African Amber on tap, right? I am drinking, or just finishing, Lagunitas IPA, which is delicious, but interestingly enough, not like a lot of the IPAs that we've had. Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
You want me to stick this up to the speaker here?
Yeah, for sure. Someone just played.
Tiny Tim. Some of the listeners might have to Google that shit, but Tiny Tim. I was here a couple of days ago, and this exact song was playing on the jukebox. Yes. And this is not a random bar background music. Somebody paid for this. Somebody put their hard-earned shekels into the digital jukebox here and paid to have this song played by Tiny Tim.
When did this song come out? Was it 60s, 70s? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he still alive? Anybody know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while ago.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure we're going to get fact-checked by somebody who's like, no, Tiny Tim's my third cousin twice removed. He's fine. He lives in Duluth.
Despite your having heard it 2 times in a week, it's far from the number one song. The number one song is Poison, Nothing But a Good Time.
Nothing but a good time. That seems appropriate for this bar, although...
Well, the second one
This
does,
is at
which is
least-
AC/DC, Have a Drink on Me.
Well, this is yet the third time I have been in this bar and heard Tiny Tim, so I don't know about your whole most popular list there, Lou.
Well, it's not mine.
It's the jukebox. Oh, whoa, you know this song? Oh my God,
Everybody
Bob.
knows this song.
Damn. All right, good man. Good man.
Right on.
So
Now
for
we
our
got the
listeners who
Ramones.
might be wondering what the fuck we're talking about, we have tapped in digitally to the jukebox, which we do on occasion. I'd say about half the dive bars we've been to have had digital jukeboxes that have an app,
That seems
right?
pretty much the norm these days.
Very, very common, right? So you pull up the app, you can see what's the most popular tunes playing at a dive bar, and that tells you some stuff about the clientele, I gotta say. And as far as I know, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, first bar, very popular Tiny Tim tunes. Yeah.
Well, I like how it went from Tiny Tim to the Ramones.
Ramones.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Ramones.
Yeah, that's all right up my alley.
Yeah.
I love it all.
Really? Big Tiny Tim fan?
He's such a weirdo. As a kid, I remembered thinking he was just sort of fascinating and
Dr.
strange.
Demento with Weird Al
All that
Yankovic. And,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I was drawn to it for sure.
Oh, my God.
Snap.
Oh, we might have to
Scott's
pause
Pizza
here.
has arrived.
Food. Oh, food. It's
All right, we're just going to push this to the side. and
almost
keep
as good
on
as a
going.
round of shots. It's a hot out of the oven pizza. Scott's Pizza here every Thursday at Lake City Tavern. It's pretty cool.
It's
And,
like some pretty good pie.
If you think it's like some fancy ass big pizza joint who rolls in with this fancy mobile food
Pizza
truck
oven and
pizza or
shit.
whatever. No. It's literally Scott with a little
Pizza oven.
little dinky little pizza oven in the corner going I'll make us a pizza. And he does a killer job.
It's going to be delicious. I
Killer
can
job.
already tell.
Yep.
Have you checked his ID? Is his name really Scott? Have you verified this?
It's good. It's nom de plume. It's his nom de plume. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't question Scott.
All right, so what are you thinking? You want to march on, or you want to take a break to devour
Oh my God,
some
we're
of
gonna
this
have, we're
pizza?
gonna have to do a round 3 after we've stuffed our face full of
Yeah, I
delicious
think we
hot
might have
pizza.
to take a little za break.
All right, it's our break time.
Okay.
All right, well, for the record, I'm drinking Lagunitas IPA. Okay, I don't know what the fuck you guys are drinking.
Mac and Jack's. It tastes delicious. I haven't had one in 10 years.
Always a good beer.
Real quick, Brad, what are you drinking?
I had a Bodhi, but I'm not going to have another one.
Oh, I don't care. I need to know what you're drinking. And you just said
Yeah, Bodhi.
Georgetown Brewery,
Georgetown,
Bodhisattva
yep.
IPA.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent. And a couple of us are still finishing our Dirty Girl Scouts.
Yeah, I'm still sipping on mine.
All right, I'll sit. Yeah, it's a sipping drink. Yeah, with your pinky out. Yeah, okay, sure. A name like that, you have to
I
savor
wasn't
it.
anticipating a shot tonight, so
Yes,
I'm kind of like
you never
pleased
are.
with myself.
We never are, and we're especially never prepped for Jell-O.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk
Kinda-
about where we're at, right?
Yeah. Coming back to the decor, I mean, this place is great. It ticks off all the boxes for a classic dive bar. Like you said, kind of the homey atmosphere. We got the fucking grunge going on, the veneer and the layers and the history. And there's a plaque as we walked in the door that I didn't even notice until one of the patrons was like, "Oh, you should check this out." Cool plaque about the history of the joint going back to, actually before the 30s, and one of the oldest buildings in the city of Shoreline.
If you guys were guessing what neighborhood we were in, we are surrounded by Echo Lake,
Yeah.
Ballinger, Lake Forest Park,
That's right.
Briarcrest,
Yeah.
Ridge and Ridgecrest.
Ridgecrest.
And all over the damn place. We got all
We
sorts
are
of crests and briars and bogs and lakes and crap.
Yeah.
Where we're actually at.
We know where we're at.
When you're in like downtown Shoreline, you're actually in North City, and that's kind of this neighborhood, right?
Yep.
Safeway, Les Schwab, Frank Lumber, the door store, is actually right
Two
next
blocks
door.
down. Well,
Yep,
actually,
yep,
two
yep.
blocks down, 3 blocks down, 1 block down, because there's like 15 Frank Lumber door stores in Shoreline. They're like all over the place. They're like roaches, man. They keep like reproducing and
Really?
expanding.
That's a lot of doors.
There's a lot of door stores. Yeah, there's like 4 door stores in this block alone.
They got a monopoly on it. We should look
Yep.
into busting them up.
Yep. So it's either like the world's best selection of doors or some sort of money laundering operation. I'm not sure.
Okay, so it was called North City because in the 40s, the business owners held a contest saying this boundary that we have, we need to give it a cool name. And that's what they came up with.
North City? Okay.
Yeah, North City, which is pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I like the sound of it. I did find one cool tidbit, also another hyper-local thing. Across the street from the Safeway, Jeremy, there's those 2 weird mid-century modern buildings. They're both showing their age. One has the weird W roof. It's like a zigzag roof.
Yeah.
So there was a rumor that they were moved up here from Seattle World's Fair.
Oh, really?
1962.
Oh, that's right. And you know who is in one of those buildings right now? Monka Brewery.
Yes, they're in the weird W-shaped roof building. That's
Wait, so
right.
were they moved for the freeway project? Were they moved because of I-5?
I think at the time, before Safeway, they just stood out so much. Everyone in here was like, where the fuck did these buildings come from?
Okay.
But they were actually, the one on the left was built as a Dairy Queen in 1962, same time as the World's Fair. And that was when California was rolling out this new style of Dairy Queen. So
Okay.
it's actually the only one that
Newfangled Dairy
survives
Queen. Yeah.
outside of California.
One that had the neon and
Yeah.
spotlights.
And the one on the left with the weird roof where the brewery is was Mr. Donut.
That's right. It was a donut shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Donut no longer exists in the United States, but they're huge in Japan. They moved their headquarters there, and Mr. Donut is huge in Japan.
Oh, Mr. Donut.
Oh, yeah, and we should give a shout out to Ichi
Winchell's.
Bento. They're in
God,
the old
man, I
Dairy
haven't seen
Queen
one of
right
those
now.
places.
Damn
a while.
straight. Place is good.
Yeah.
Ichi Bento, you been there?
Yeah, many
Right
times.
on.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Right on. That's all I
Yeah,
got.
and
See?
the
Okay.
donut shop, after it was a donut shop, was for many years. Guess, this is another one we could do. Guess what business moved into a funky W-shaped building that used to be a donut shop?
Frank Lumber, the door store.
No, good guess though. Good guess. Any other guesses, Brad? You got a guess?
No idea.
What business? Ooh, another good guess. No, it was a veterinary clinic that specialized in spay and neuter services for your pet. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Died about a week ago, right?
Yeah.
Good call.
So if you're listening to this podcast episode in the year 2047, I'm sure you're Googling Bob Barker right now. Plenty of information on the interwebs about the glorious Bob Barker.
Yeah, he was my babysitter every time I was sick in grade school.
That's what everyone was
No,
saying
I saw
online.
that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly it. I love being sick so I could watch The Whole Price is Right.
No, I mean the meme that I saw after it was announced that he died was like this montage of 4 different photos, and one of the photos was like a thing of ginger ale, saltine crackers, and then a picture of The Price is Right, and like a puke bucket
on a
or something.
TV tray, right?
Yeah, on a TV tray,
of
exactly.
course. Yeah.
I think we all experienced that back in our youth.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Damn good show, though.
R.I.P..
Damn good show.
Well, before we sign off tonight, though, I do have a bit of sad news in the dive bar realm.
Oh, something go down?
Water Wheel, it seems, might not be here too much longer.
Oh.
Apparently, the property owner is
He's
sounds like
buckling?
somebody waved enough dollar signs in front of him, and I guess he's willing to sell. And they're talking about like they're probably going to be building like apartments or condos or something in this
Oh,
place.
wow.
So I don't know. I don't have a date hasn't been announced yet, but it doesn't sound like they're too much longer for this world. So
That's a shame.
yeah.
That's a shame.
So get out there and support the Water Wheel.
Yeah, go out there and support the Water Wheel. Exactly.
And listen to the episode for the Water Wheel
Yeah.
where we specifically talk about the Water Wheel. It is such in a weird little niche
Yeah.
in that neighborhood, surrounded by giant condo buildings, right?
With a cool story.
With a fucking great story and an
Yeah.
awesome dive bar.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can stick around a little bit longer. But if they don't, it's like we kind of saw the writing on the wall when you're there. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god, you look around, you can't see nothing but like big ass condo buildings. Things. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
gentrification, baby.
Right on, right on. Anything else to add to the order, anybody?
No, that's it.
All right, Bob, let's land this plane. All right, bringing it down.